Hello, Deb. How you going?
Very well, thanks, Danny. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thanks for being here. I think we'll just start with if you could give us a little background on you, who you are, where you're from.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Original from Malaysia, but I moved to Australia for the past 18 or 19 years, part of the furniture. Background, a little bit of me, I'm in corporate finance. I venture capital. I invest into businesses, look into the future numbers and bring them to the next level. It could be startup, not so much a startup nowadays, SME and scale up, the kind of things. So yeah, so that's my
Wow.
things
Well, that's
that are
very different to day trading and futures. So
very,
what
very
intrigued
different.
you about day trading and futures?
I think this also part of the investment. I look into it. It's just different products. Investing is also investing into something that you trust and investing into something that you are able to control.
Mhm. And before you came to IDTA, had you traded before in terms of like actual trading?
I did many years ago, 16, 18 years ago, I reckon, FX, Forex trading.
Yeah.
Old school, back then, we trade quite big. When I say big, 18, 19 years ago, we talk about $1 million, the kind of trading.
Oh, wow. So like
And
serious trading.
serious trading. Of course, I go into the
Wow.
same demo before I went into the managed fund, but I manage my own funds and my partner funds, that kind of thing. And I find that I'm not good enough. So what I did was I went through a certification on that. I studied for 2 years, just a stock and trading and all this thing behind the scene, behind the bank system, the kind of thing. So I studied it for 2 years to get that as well. Also many years ago. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So then why were you attracted to IDTA and what we offer?
I reckon this is something in me. I like to look into data. I like to look into the number and look into forecast. It's just in me that I told myself that I need to come back. I need to really look into it. But most important, I want to be in touch with the market, so I
Mhm.
know what is happening in the economies, the kind of stuff.
So compared to what you were doing before, what were some of the biggest challenges or frustrations with your Forex journey? And, what were you not that happy with that you wanted to explore what else was out there in terms of trading?
I think 18, 19 years ago, I call it old school. I remember we used to use the EA expert advisor, back then, all kind of indicator, you name it, MACD, Ichimoku, all that kind of things are very familiar with that back then, But right now, in the sense that a lot of things like AI,
Mm.
you do need to do a lot of things by yourself. It's like you're cooking, you do need to start your cooking from scratch. The ingredient you can buy and equally good and save you a lot of time. That's how I call leveraging, how can we leverage into today's technology like IDTA. That's what I like about it.
Mhm. So, what was the standout thing? Was it, I believe that you came to one of our conferences and you were intrigued by what you saw. Yeah, is that right? Is that how you joined us?
Yeah, yeah. I was in two, 3 year conference together with my daughter, and I don't know anything about IDTA, nothing at all. So as a third party, and assess the thing that really, really made me interested is actually the strengths of the company, the confidence level that the members or alumni, you call it, from IDTA. And I tell myself, if the company is not strong enough, they will not last for 10 years.
Longer, 12 years now.
12 years now. Back then was, I remember it was 10
There's
years at the
10
time when
years,
I got
yeah.
to know you. And I speak to some of the people there and I can see the kind of value they carry into them. There is something in them and that's made me interested and I want to find out more.
Amazing, love that. So, tell me, how has your trading changed from your Forex days and what are you implementing now that's very different? And yeah, talk a bit about that if you could.
Yeah, in fact I wasted a year. I got to know IDTA end of 2023. I didn't do anything until 24, and I decided to come back this year. And I said when I decided means I need to be very serious. So I took 1 year off. I took sabbatical leave for this year, and and really, really want to sit down and really learn about IDTA. And that is how make me sign up for TBS,
Trading business school. You're all in, yeah?
all in, no
Straight to the
starting.
trading business school, no mucking around.
No,
Love that. I think that's awesome.
no, you want a carrot or you want a steak, that kind of things.
Or nothing. Love
Yeah,
that. And
exactly
what's
right.
your experience been so far
So
with
far, I think February, we started on February. January was just
the
overall.
January?
February,
Yeah.
we started on that, and so far been doing well. And I attended LTR quite a lot on US close, especially. And say nothing. The reason say nothing is observing is number one for me at the moment. Learning is still number one for me, but of course, because of the FX, we have a little bit of background and looking certain thing. But again, I can't use it too much because it's old school again. A lot of things I need to erase and relearn again, relearn certain thing.
There's a process for you of embracing new information, maybe unlearning some things that aren't relevant. As you said, it's a bit old school what you learn. So you're looking for more modern, fresh ideas of seeing the markets. Is that a good summary? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Especially with IDTA, you have come with an indicator, the kind of thing, which is, as I say, you do need to cook the food from the scratch. The ingredients is there. You just use it and cook it and microwave it, whichever the result is the same.
Love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you say to anyone that is thinking about joining IDTA, but they're on the fence, not too sure? What would you say to them?
I always say don't go to YouTube there and look for some free informations. Free
Don't do
information.
that. Is that what you
Don't do
said? Don't
that.
do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do
You
that.
can see,
Don't do that. Yeah.
you can do that. You
Recipe
can
for
hear, you can
disaster.
listen, you can get excited about that, but that will never give you a proper educations. If you're very serious about that, then they take seriously into proper educations. You can't invest zero and get $1 million. You can't do that.
Well, you pay for what you
Yeah.
get what you pay for, right?
Yeah.
If you're just looking for free videos and hoping to do well, it may be a bit of a struggle. I mean, some people
Yeah.
do, but good luck
Yeah.
with that. So
Exactly right.
yeah.
And also most important is a purpose. Why you do what you do. It's so
Mm.
important. I always ask myself, why do I do it? Why? There's so many ways to invest. Why I choose it? Why I do what I do? And the purpose. So for me is I have a purpose when I trade something. So I work backward.
Mm-hmm. You
Okay.
reverse engineer why you're doing
Yes.
something. I'm the same.
Yeah.
I do exactly the same. I love that.
I
Yeah.
love that when you
Yeah.
reverse it, then you know where to hit the sweet spot,
Mm-hmm.
the kind of thing. So yeah,
Love that. So would you recommend IDTA to others?
100%.
Oh, love that.
100%. I would think that people that where do you put your heart with is where you prosper.
Mm-hmm.
I always say,
Also joining a large community as well, right? It's not just
yeah,
about learning to trade. Like we're a very, very large community of traders, and trading can be a very lonely journey. And
yep.
you've traded before, so you understand that. So trading with others, it's more fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think community is one of the biggest contributions to the success.
Yes. Yeah.
And strong community. It's not just we have millions member, and I'm talking about quality. I'm talking about
Quality.
quality. Quality community is so important. And yes, IDT, I can see you have that kind of quality.
Yes, we definitely attract a certain mindset of individual or like-minded, which is so wonderful to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. So I
Agree, right?
completely
And
understand.
in all levels,
In all levels
regardless.
of life. I agree. I agree. Thank you so much for joining me today, Deb, and sharing your story. And I wish you all the best.
Thanks, Danny.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.